What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. How's it going? Welcome to the morning after the show right here on the MMA Engine channel, where I, your host, Monk, aka the Monk Magician, go over last night's fights, UFC Vegas 58, all 11 fights, I should say, and we will see what Computer Monk's picks, how they did, what the optimal lineup was for DraftKings, pretty obvious one, and how CM Monk did on his bets. So, guys, I will not waste much of your time. Please like the video, subscribe to the MMA Engine channel today, and you will not miss any content going forward for any of the UFC cards that are happening coming up in the upcoming weeks here. We have several awesome fights that me, Brady, Wheezy, and Lou Betty are going to break down for you and give you everything you need to win those takedowns, win those bets, and bragging rights over your friends for picks, guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. UFC Vegas 58, Computer Monk picking all chalk by the time the fights kick off. I absolutely hate it. All chalk here, all blue picks mean all favorites. CM Monk picked. We did flip-flop on a couple during the week. He does use about 10-15% of the my odds are from Vegas odds. So the lines are available to flip. We had Cody Brundage, but that was the closest fight on our card. It ended up flipping to Tresean Gore. Let's not bore you with all this crap. Let's get right into it. First fight of the night, Ronnie Lawrence going against Saeed Kakravanov. Ronnie Lawrence did not look good. The number one DraftKings fighter on the card, completely laid an egg, scoring 11 points in his third round or in his unanimous decision loss over Saeed Yakub, who scored who put up the top score of the day, 129.57 in his unanimous decision win. Insane. Kennedy Nchukwu over Carl Roberson. Computer Monk gets that one correct. Third round TKO. My goodness, finished it off pretty nicely. I full disclosure, I was not able to watch about the first four fights. I was out with my boys. I caught a bit of the David Onama fight and the Ronnie Lawrence fight. I did not see any of the Kennedy fight. I have to rewatch that, but apparently he wrestled his way to a finish victory, so I'm very interested to see that. David Onama going up against UFC newcomer on short notice, Garrett Armfield. Armfield did hang in there, looked decent. I'd like to see who he's going to fight next. David Onama by finish is what was predicted, and he gets the round 2 sub. No tap from Garrett Armfield, goes out cold. I mean, a decent performance from a guy, that everybody thought was going to have. Yeah, exactly. I got half of them wrong. Exactly, pretty much. Yeah, it was a rough one. That's what happens when you pick all chalk, guys. Never pick all chalk. It's just not a good idea. Anyways, David Onama, 99.65 points. And I should mention Kennedy put up triple digits as well, 106. We get to Antonina Chevchenko, Courtney Casey. We picked Antonina by decision, and we got that split decision. Still 8,700 for 60 points. Not a good look. The fight of the night for us at the MMA Engine, Cody Brundage over Tresean Gore. Like I said, we had Cody Brundage picked. This was the closest line fight, if you can see right here, 50% to basically 50-50. And earlier in the week, we had Cody Brundage winning, but more money came in on Tresean Gore, just enough to put Gore as a favorite over here. But Gore looked okay, but Cody Brundage looked fantastic. The Factory X fighter, I don't know. I think he was on somebody's channel earlier. Oh, yeah, the MMA Engine. Wheezy and Lou interviewed him earlier this week, and must have been good luck because he looked absolutely fantastic. We had Cody Brundage by, actually, Computer Monk flip-flopped, had Gore by decision. Not a good look, Computer Monk. Learn your lesson. Cody Brundage gets the victory. First round knockout. Almost, I won't say almost a quick win, but I think it was within the first 2 minutes. He puts up 114.94. Congratulations, Cody Brundage. Again, thank you for spending time on our channel this week. And my goodness, it looked fantastic. Just Tresean Gore, only 4 UFC fights before this one, so I had to see it, and I still haven't seen it. Michael Johnson going against Jamie Mullarkey. A lot of people think this one was, a Michael Johnson fight. I'm going to have to rewatch this one. I got home during this fight, so I missed the second round. Apparently, that was the one round that everybody thought Jamie Mullarkey won. So I'm going to have to rewatch that. But Jamie Mullarkey did get the split decision. Computer Monk picks Jamie Malarkey by finish. So we get the decision, but not the finish. 68 points in a win. So whoever won that one was not going to score 70 points. Not a good fight for DraftKings. Next fight, Eamon Zahabi going against Ricky Tercios. Computer Monk picks Tercios by decision. We get Zahabi by decision. Tercios looked not great. I think he landed like barely 10 strikes in the whole, or no, 10% of the strikes he threw land, something crazy like that. Zahabi scores 51 in a win, though. I mean, right on par with his ability to not score very well in DraftKings. Next fight, Jared Vanderaa, Chase Sherman. I mean, I didn't personally think Vanderaa was going to throw any takedowns. He has never thrown shot a takedown in the UFC. Everyone thought he was going to grapple, and it is Chase Sherman, but it is Jared Vanderaa. So you got to remember that fight IQ. Computer Monk picks Vanderaa by finish. We get Chase Sherman by round 3 KO TKO. I mean, I don't know what happened, but something turned on inside of him. Maybe some testing should be done. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care about that. But something turned on side of him in round 3, and boom, 109.8 points finishes Jared Vanderaa. Saeed Nurmagomedov against DSDA, Douglas Silva de Andrade. This was a banger, but Saeed Nurmagomedov did look like the winner, and obviously it came out to be that way. CM Monk picks Nurmagomedov by decision. That's what happens. Nurmagomedov, another winner, scoring less than 60 points, 59.46. My goodness, for 9,200, not great. Caio Barrio, going against Armin Petrosian. Computer Monk picks Barrio by decision, and that's exactly what we get. He scores 80 points, exactly what I thought was going to happen in this one. Gave you the big fade on the Pub Sports radio channel for this fight. 80 points is not going to do it. Headline fight of the night, Rafael dos Anjos going against Rafael Fazeev. Computer Monk picks Fazeev by decision, and we almost get that. We get Fazeev by round 5 KO TKO. A lot of people think this was a quick stoppage. I don't know. I'd like to rewatch this one. It looked like Fazeev hurt him bad, dropped him with that punch, and then the follow-up shot maybe rolled his eyes back, which is why Herb Dean stopped the fight. I'm going to have to see this one again. Either way, fantastic performance from Fazeev. Fantastic performance from Dos Anjos as well. I mean, the guy's almost 38 years old, and he is pretty much holding his own here. Like, I mean, obviously he's not somebody I'm just ready to throw in the trash. But man, did he look good. But got to give the propers to Fazeev. Scored 86 points in that victory, in the round 5 win. Computer Monk goes 7 of 4 in 11 fights, 63.64%. And we do raise our year-to-date by 0.1%. From 60.05 to 61.15, 170 picks right out of 278 total fights. So we are still over the 60% mark. That's where I like to be, especially when it's just, going off of stats, odds, etc. This thing. So let's check out the optimal lineup. Scroll up above my head here. DraftKings optimal lineup. Interesting. Let's see. We have David Onama, 9,300. He scored 99.65. 2 fighters actually this week under 100. So a lower scores than usual than we've been seeing lately. Rafael Fazeev squeaks onto the optimal lineup with 86.5 points. If he did not score over 80, it would have been Caio Barrio at 80 points even. So he kicks Barrio off the optimal, and Fazeev makes that list. Third, Kennedy Nchukwu, 8,200, scores 106.18. Cody, my man, Brundage, 7,900, scores 114.94. Again, fantastic performance. Value of 14.5. Looked absolutely great. Then Saeed Kakravanov, first fight of the night, $7,800 salary. Highest score of the evening, like I said earlier, 129.57, a 16.6 value. And then to finish off the optimal, Chase Sherman, my goodness, 7,600, 109.8 actual score, 14.5 actual value. Total salary, is this right? 49.8. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was because of Fazeev. 49,800. That is the most popular salary, the winningest salary out of all DraftKings salaries. It wins again. This is 2 weeks in a row. 49.8 takes the optimal. Total score 646.71, guys. So congratulations if you had that one. Kind of an interesting optimal. 3 fighters under 8,000 making it. So that is not so rare. We almost had 4. But like I said, Fazeev, Fazeev, squeaks on with that last second knockout there, or fifth round knockout, I should say. So we have some decent numbers here, decent optimal lineup. Congratulations if you had that one. Not too crazy to get to. You'd have to have picked Chase Sherman. Seems to be the linchpin of making the optimal lineup. If you had Sherman, then you had a decent chance. Who were the top performers? Obviously, it's pretty straightforward. Saeed Yakub looked fantastic. Cody Brundage, and you got to give it to Chase Sherman as well. Only 4 fighters with scores over 100 points, Kennedy being the 4th one. So those are the top 4 fighters of the week. Guys, leave comments if you would like to talk about a fight. Otherwise, we're going to get into Computer Monk's picks. Now, if those of you who don't know, Computer Monk is just, I am Monk. Computer Monk is this thing I built. It picks fights based on all kinds of stats, all, odds, tons of data points. It also makes bets. It finds value. And if it finds value in a certain bet, whether it's money line, goes to decision, or doesn't go to decision, if it finds at least 5% value and there's a 46.9% chance of the thing we're betting on to happen, then we make that bet according to Computer Monk. So let's check that out before we get out of here on your Sunday. Boom. We started out with $5,000, okay, 6 weeks ago. And we adjust our unit size based on our bankroll. Everything is figured out by the Kelly criterion. That's how we know how much we're betting. I won't bore you with the details. I did get 5 bets in for Computer Monk this week. We did end up in the green, as you can see. Spoiler alert, we won 116.95, a 20.87% ROI, and we went up just 1.28 units. Luckily, we won the 2 biggest bets of the night. But first, we'll start off with the 2 money line bets. Michael Johnson, Jamie Malarkey. Man, we were close to winning this one. This is a big swing if we win this one, if Computer Monk wins this one. $91.10 was our unit size. We put 0.64 units on this bet at plus 200. And my goodness, like I said, I got to rewatch it, but apparently it was a lot of people think Michael Johnson won that fight, and that would have been, like I said, a huge swing. So we lose 0.64 units on that one. Ronnie Lawrence over Saeed Kakravanov. I mean, Computer Monk sees value in that one. It's because we didn't have a ton of stats on Kakravanov, apparently, or the stats we did have favored Lawrence so heavy that it kind of just threw everything off. We got that line at minus 140, 1.22 units, dropped that one, was not close. Did not look good, Ronnie Lawrence. Our one does not go to decision fight that we bet. Carl Roberson, Kennedy and Chukwu. Kennedy saves my bet, 1.28 units at minus 155. Kennedy gets it done in the 3rd round. Computer Monk profits $75 there. Goes the distance, Saeed Nurmagomedov and Douglas Silva de Andrade, our biggest bet of the night, 2.22 units at plus 140, and we cashed that one big, profiting 283 right there. Final bet of the evening, Rafael dos Anjos going against Rafael Fazeev. Goes the distance, minus 130. We got it at 0.79 units, and man, we were close, but Fazeev gets the job done, so we dropped that one. Luckily, like I said, Computer Monk wins his 2 biggest bets of the evening, minus 155 and plus 140, and that puts us in the green, gives us an ROI of 21%, and we go from a bankroll last week of $4,554.86. We add $116.95 to that, and we end on $4,671.81. For over 6 weeks, we are down 2.86 units. Now, that's not these unit sizes change every week, as you can see from this column. It's based on bankroll, 2% of my bankroll. So going into whatever card is coming up next, I don't even know off the top of my head. It's Long Island. Our unit size goes up from 91.10 to 93.44. So we are pushing to get back to that $5,000 mark at least. We're not looking bad. We've profited 4 out of 6 weeks, but it's that first week, guys. Week number 1 of this experiment, I'll call it. Computer Monk dropped 617. So we are constantly digging our way out of that hole. Let's see. Moneyline bets continue to disappoint. Man, we are minus 30% ROI on moneyline bets, winning only 6 out of 20. We're 6 and 14 on our 20 money line bets. Where we are looking decent is the doesn't go to decision bets. We are 32% positive ROI, 5-2 record there out of 7 bets. And our goes to decision bets are very close to evening out, just minus 4% ROI. We're 8-10 on that one. Oh, yeah, we had a push in there somewhere. I believe it was the O'Malley fight. So overall, CM Monk's betting record 19, 26-1, minus 6.83% ROI. But guys, we are crawling, scratching, and clawing rather our way out of this hole. So next week, I mean, we were close this week on a couple of these bets, man. My goodness. If Fazeev Dos Anjos goes the distance and Johnson gets that split decision, I think we're pretty close to 5K again. So that's kind of how this one is gonna shake out. Like I said, we lost both of our money line bets for a minus 169. We won our doesn't go to decision, $75 profit, 64% ROI, and we went 1-1 in our goes to decision for a 77% ROI. The huge Nurmagomedov and Silva de Andrade bet helped a ton. So guys, I think that is gonna do it. If you have any last second comments, questions about the fights, about CM Monk, how we do this thing, please leave them in the comments. Yeah, our average odds for money line plus 140. So we're not out here picking favorites, okay? We are 6-14 the hard way. And still, you know, we got to bring that up though. These money line bets, we've gone over in 1, 2. We went over last week. We went over in week 2 and week 1. So 4 overs out of 6 weeks. So not good. We need some good luck this week. So I cannot wait to get into the fights. Green, what is cracking, my guy? Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the MMA Engine. I'm trying to find some other stuff to talk about, but it was a pretty fun card for the most part. Like I said, all chalk is never a good idea. I hated seeing this. I was definitely on the Brundage side. Who else was I on? Everybody else. Everybody, I would not have picked Chase Sherman. I would probably not have picked Saeed Yakub. So I think, you know, I was thinking it was a pretty chalky week overall, but all chalk is never a good idea. Again, guys, the optimal lineup, 49,800, the most popular salary, or the most winningest salary, I should say. At this point, I'm just babbling. So, guys, I really appreciate you joining me on this Sunday morning. Next week, we got a banger. UFC Long Island, or as my guy Lou says, Long Island, 11 a.m. Central start time. So be sure to get your lineups in and your bets in early next week, at least by Friday night. So when you wake up, you won't be in a cold sweat panicking that you just wasted all that money on DraftKings. Get those lineups in. Guys, I've got on Monk Maddox channel, my channel, spelled just like it is right here. Check that out. I've got my game theory video coming out Monday or Tuesday. I've got what else? God, I'm so tired. I can't even think right now. We have our Pub Sports radio show, which we all might come to on Wednesday with bags over our heads. It was, spoiler alert, not a great week. And then the MMA Engine happy hour on Friday. Check that out. We have tons of stuff, like I said, coming down the pipe. So be sure to tune in, like the video, subscribe to the channels. And guys, thank you a ton. I hope you enjoyed the fights. And as usual, I want all of you to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you next time. Have a good one, guys.